What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Javis and today we're going to talk about how to do different drills on the field to increase your explosiveness. This is in relation to the video I just released regarding how to do different lifts for explosiveness, but instead we decided to jump out here onto the field and show you guys some active drills that you guys can get started on right now in order to increase your explosiveness during the game and during these drills. If you guys are new to the channel, the goal I have for my channel is to make sure that my viewers are ready to take on college athletics and they are able to do that through the resources that I am able to provide here on YouTube through all these YouTube videos. So if you guys are interested in that, go ahead, hit subscribe and click that notification bell so that you can get a notification every time I upload a video if you guys are interested in seeing that type of content from me in the future. Now with that out of the way, let's get into these drills to help you get an explosive start to your game. Cue intro. Okay, so for the first drill, to make sure you can stay a step ahead and be as explosive as possible, we have the kneeling pop-up to sprints. As you can see, while they are simple, they are particularly hard to master and perfect the technique that goes into each phase of the drill. But that's pretty much with any drill, so who's to say? Anyways, when you're doing this drill, you're going to want to start on your knees and get into a very slightly bent over position and be ready in that athletic position. You can either go on your own mark, or you can have someone give you a starting signal. As you get ready to go, you're going to want to have the top of your feet flat on the ground and your arms back and ready to swing them forward for when you jump out of your position. That's honestly basic jumping mechanics though, so you should know that already. When you start the drill, use your legs to drive yourself off the ground and bring yourself to your feet as fast as possible with as little hesitation as you can. When you hit the ground, start your sprint forward. When you start sprinting, one of the most important things to remember is the angle that your body is at when you're sprinting. Since we want to have our momentum going forward, like I said in my video about improving your 40 dash time, to make sure that when you burst out, you're low and that you're not standing straight up and it's propelling your motion forward instead of straight up so that you can get to a yard marker faster. And I'll leave a link to that video right here. You want to have all of your momentum going forward without falling down. What I basically mean is, when you start your sprint, you want to have your body at basically as close to the level to the ground as possible without falling on your face. When you start sprinting forward, keep that low angle to the ground and you can have someone standing at 10 yards away. Depending on your position, they can step one way and you will have to cut the opposite direction. Or if you're a defensive player, they could point one way and you have to make a 90-degree cut and sprint to that direction. There are a lot of variations for all of these different positions and it just helps to be creative with it, really. The next drill is one that would really benefit from having both another person and a resistance band. The drill is called single leg bounds to burst. If you ever watched track and field and seen the triple jump, this is a lot like that in that we're only jumping off of one of our legs in order to both build strength and balance, but also to build that burst as well that we'll get from the amount of fast twitch muscle activation, which is required to drive off of one leg continuously. After you do about 3 of them, we're going to steal one of the tips from earlier, and I'm going to say it again because it's important. When you start sprinting, make sure your body is at the proper angle to drive your momentum forward. This is especially true if you have a resistance band and someone to hold you back while you do this drill. If you don't have a resistance band, but you do have a friend or training partner, you can always use something like a sweatshirt or a rope if you have it. Really, anything to get some extra resistance to allow you to build more force out of each bound. But if you don't happen to have either of those things, then you will be just fine doing it on air and doing the same drill with just you and your body weight. After the 3 jumps, you should be sprinting after that for at least 10 yards total for the whole drill, which will usually result in only a burst, hence the name. If you don't have a band or a person to hold you back, then I would say after the 3 jumps, you should sprint for 10 full yards, resulting in the drill from being anywhere from 15 to 20 yards in length, depending on how far you jump initially. Lastly, the final drill that I got for you guys is going to be called the 3-cone resisted reactionary drill. Since I don't have a snappy name to go with it, this one for the most part is going to require another person and some form of resistance. Like I said before, it doesn't necessarily have to be a resistance band. You can use something like your sweatshirt or a rope, but that might be a bit cumbersome given the the non-elasticity of the material. But anyways, to start the drill, set 3 cones roughly an equal distance apart, roughly about 3 to 4 yards away from your starting position, and get into a stance where you're ready to take off into any direction, whether that be an athletic stance like a linebacker's or a stance like a receiver's. Just be ready to take off at a moment's notice. The cones from left to right are labeled 1, 2, and 3. On your partner's notice, they will yell a number between 1 and 3, and you'll have to sprint to that cone against the tension of the band or whatever else you're using, and touch the cone and backpedal back. As soon as you get back, your partner will yell out another number, and on and on. After about 5 or 6 times of this, you'll be done and you can switch with your partner. An alternative that you can do to this is to have your partner yell 3 different numbers at once, like 312, and you'll have to remember the order that they yelled it in and go to the right cones in that order. So if it was 312, you would go to 3 and then 1 and then 2 in that order. Doing this will not only help your fast twitch burst out of your stance, but it will allow you to stay mentally sharp as well as to what you need to do the drill right. So really, it does serve multiple purposes. That was good. That was good. I'm glad we got to do that. I hope you guys got something out of that. If you guys did get something out of that, go ahead and leave a like on the video. If you guys think I missed something or if you guys want to add something, go ahead and comment that down below. If you guys are interested in seeing more of this type of content from me or want to see anything that I've already posted, go ahead and hit subscribe, hit that bell notification so you can get a notification every time I upload a video. This has been fun. It's really hot out, so I'm gonna go home and I'm probably gonna shower, and I'll see you guys on the next one.